good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching from. Put down that expensive jar of collagen cream for a second, because what I'm about to show you today is the part of the skincare conversation that the beauty industry would rather you never think about. There is a way to wake up your body's own collagen factory, soften the lines that have been deepening for years, and bring real life back into your skin. And it doesn't come in a $200 jar. It starts with what you drop into your water glass first thing in the morning. I'm Dr. Adam, and over many years working alongside people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, I've watched something remarkable happen again and again. Not from procedures, not from products, but from people finally understanding what an aging body is actually asking for. Today I'm laying out the entire picture for you, 6 additions to your daily water that help reactivate collagen production, calm the inflammation, quietly aging your skin from the inside, and bring back a glow that most people have written off as gone for good after 60. Before we get into it, I want to know something. Tell me in the comments. How old are you, and what's the one thing about your skin that bothers you the most right now? The fine lines around your mouth? Crepey skin on your arms? That tired dullness no moisturizer seems to fix? Your answers genuinely shape what I cover in future videos, so don't be shy. And stick around for number 1. What I'm going to share with you there surprised even me when I first came across it. It's something most of us toss in the trash every single day without a second thought, and it may be the single most underrated thing you can do for your collagen. Researchers studying women in their 60s and 70s who made small, consistent changes to what they added to their daily water saw real, measurable improvements within about 3 months. Meaningfully firmer skin, visibly softer lines around the eyes, and hydration levels their own dermatologist could confirm under examination. That's not a cream, that's not a laser, that's your body doing what it was always built to do once it's given the right materials. Let's count it down from number 6 all the way to number 1, the one I consider genuinely life-changing. 6. Raw apple cider vinegar. This is the one that catches people off guard. You've probably heard apple cider vinegar mentioned for digestion or blood sugar, but almost nobody talks about what it does for collagen specifically once you're past 60. Here's why it matters so much at this stage of life. Somewhere around 65, your stomach's ability to produce the acid needed to break down protein drops sharply. And collagen is protein, so even on a great diet full of the right amino acids, an aging gut often just isn't absorbing what it needs the way it used to. Raw apple cider vinegar, and I mean the real thing, cloudy with the mother still in the bottle, helps restore that acidic environment your stomach is struggling to maintain on its own. Picture it as a key turning in a lock that's been slowly rusting shut for 20 years. There's a second benefit too. The acetic acid in raw ACV has been linked in research to smaller blood sugar spikes after meals. Why does that matter for your skin? Because excess sugar molecules bind to collagen fibers in a process called glycation. Think of rust slowly forming on a steel beam, and it stiffens and breaks down the very structure that keeps skin firm. I had a client, a retired schoolteacher in her early 70s, who came to me with deep lines settled into her jaw and forehead after trying nearly every cream available. Within about 2 months of 1 tablespoon of raw ACV in a large glass of water before breakfast, she noticed visible softening along her jawline. She told me, "Dr. Adam, I look like myself again." That line has stayed with me. How to take it? 1 tablespoon, never more than 2 shots, in at least 8 ounces of water, sipped through a straw to protect your enamel 15-20 minutes before your first meal. Add a touch of raw honey, which works alongside the acetic acid to support your gut lining. Start slow if it's new to you. 5. Silica-rich mineral water. This one I consider non-negotiable for anyone past 60 who's serious about their skin. Most of us drink water that's been filtered so aggressively it's stripped of nearly every trace mineral. Biologically, it's almost inert. Pure H2O sounds great in theory, but your skin cells need trace minerals to actually function. And the one with the clearest, best documented link to collagen is silica. Silica acts as a cofactor in collagen assembly. Without it, the structure simply can't be properly built. Think of collagen amino acids as bricks. Silica is the mortar holding them together. No mortar, and the wall falls apart. Research on women past 60 supplementing with bioavailable silica over several months has shown measurable improvement in skin thickness, along with stronger, less brittle nails, because nails, hair, and skin all lean on the same structural proteins. And after 70, your body's ability to store and use silica drops by close to half compared to your younger years, which is part of why skin grows thinner and more translucent with age. It isn't only collagen loss, it's the scaffolding around it disappearing too. How to add it? A 1/4 teaspoon of food-grade diatomaceous earth, a natural silica source available at most health food stores, stirred into your morning water. Or swap 1 glass of water a day for horsetail herb tea, one of nature's richest silica sources. Pair it with vitamin C. Together, these two appear to boost collagen assembly far more than either does alone. 4. Properly dosed magnesium water. If you're in your 70s or 80s, pay close attention to this one. Magnesium is involved in hundreds of enzymatic processes in the body, and a striking number of adults over 65 are chronically low in it. If you pictured a room with 4 friends your age, odds are most of them are running short, and their skin is quietly paying for it. Here's the connection most people never hear about. Magnesium activates the enzyme that converts raw amino acids into actual functional collagen. Without enough magnesium, that conversion line slows or stalls. You could eat all the right collagen-supportive foods in the world and still not get the payoff. There's also the inflammation angle, low-grade, chronic inflammation, the kind that quietly damages blood vessels and breaks down skin collagen day after day, gets noticeably worse with magnesium deficiency. Increasing magnesium intake in older adults has been shown to meaningfully lower markers of that systemic inflammation within weeks. I worked with a gentleman in his mid-70s who originally came to me for joint pain. Within 10 weeks of taking magnesium glycinate dissolved in his evening water, his wife started noticing his skin looked younger. He hadn't changed anything else. That was simply a system getting the support it had been missing for years. How to take it? Use magnesium glycinate or citrate. Avoid magnesium oxide, which the body absorbs poorly. Aim for 150, 300 milligrams in your evening water. Magnesium also supports the deep sleep that's itself one of your skin's most powerful repair tools. Pair it with a small amount of vitamin B6 to boost cellular uptake. Quick pause. If this is useful so far, take 2 seconds to like this video and subscribe to Dr. Adam if you haven't already. I post videos like this every week, specifically for people over 60 who want real, evidence-informed answers instead of overpriced promises. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest. 3. Marine collagen peptides, added directly to water. This is one of the most underrated tools in this entire list, and the way you take it matters as much as the fact that you take it. When collagen peptides are hydrolyzed, broken into very small fragments, they're absorbed through the gut wall and travel through the bloodstream to your dermis, the deep, living layer of your skin. And here's the part most supplement companies skip over. These peptides don't just add raw material, they actually signal your skin's own fibroblast cells, your personal collagen factories, to wake back up and start producing at a pace they haven't worked at in decades. Think of it as a wake-up call sent straight to a factory floor that's been idle for years. For studies looking at women in their 60s and 70s who took roughly 10 grams of hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides daily for around 4 months found a significant rise in fibroblast activity and a visible, measurable reduction in wrinkle depth. Timing matters here. Take your collagen peptides first thing in the morning on an empty stomach in cool or room temperature water, never hot, which can denature the peptides and reduce how well your body absorbs them. 1 scoop, roughly 10 grams, is the typical effective dose. And here's the part almost nobody mentions. Pair it with vitamin C. Vitamin C is essential for cross-linking those new collagen fibers together. Without it, the fresh collagen your fibroblasts are building can't properly bond, and it breaks back down before it ever strengthens your skin. This combination isn't optional. It's the chemistry that makes the whole thing work. 2. Vitamin C infused water prepared the right way. This one's almost certainly already in your kitchen. I'm not talking about orange juice. The sugar in it accelerates the same glycation process we already discussed and works against collagen, not for it. I'm talking about a specific whole food preparation that delivers not just ascorbic acid, but the full range of bioflavonoids that help vitamin C do its real work in your skin. Here's what vitamin C actually does. It's the nutrient that directly activates the 2 enzymes responsible for turning collagen precursors into mature, structural collagen fibers. Without it, the transformation simply doesn't happen. This is the same reason sailors with severe vitamin C deficiency historically suffered catastrophic skin breakdown. A much slower version of that same process happens quietly in anyone over 60 who isn't getting enough. And past 70, your body's ability to absorb and retain vitamin C from food drops noticeably, meaning older adults generally need more of it than younger people to maintain the same tissue levels. A woman in her late 60s wrote to me after 3 months on this routine. She said her cheekbone area had become noticeably firmer, the lines above her lip had softened, and 3 separate people in 1 week asked if she'd had something done. She hadn't. She had simply given her body the raw materials it was missing. How to prepare it? Squeeze the juice of half a fresh lemon, add a small handful of fresh rosehip, or a 1/4 teaspoon of rosehip powder, one of the richest whole food vitamin C sources around, into about 16 ounces of room temperature water. Drink this roughly 30 minutes before your morning collagen peptide. Water that timing ensures vitamin C is already circulating when your fibroblasts get the peptide signal, so they arrive together and build something your skin hasn't experienced in years. 1. Fresh ginger and turmeric root water. This is the one I told you to stick around for, the thing most people throw straight in the trash without a second thought. I'm talking about fresh root, not powder, brewed and timed in a specific way for maximum impact. Here's why I rank this above everything else on this list. None of the previous 5 will reach their full potential if the real underlying driver of skin aging isn't addressed, and that driver is chronic, low-grade inflammation. This isn't the inflammation from a cut finger or a sprained ankle. It's a slow, smoldering process running quietly in nearly everyone past 60, fed by years of processed food, stress, and the simple biology of aging. Some researchers now call it inflammaging, a blend of inflammation and aging, and consider it one of the single biggest drivers of how fast we age biologically. Fresh ginger contains a compound called gingerol. Fresh turmeric contains curcumin. Brewed together and paired with a pinch of black pepper, which contains piperine, shown to dramatically boost curcumin absorption, they form one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatory combinations studied to date. In adults aged 60, 80, who drank this preparation daily for around 10 weeks, researchers tracking inflammatory markers tied directly to collagen breakdown saw those markers drop substantially. alongside real self-reported improvements in skin appearance and measurable gains in hydration. Think of inflammation as a fire burning in your skin's basement. You can pour all the collagen, silica, and vitamin C you want onto the floors above, but if that fire is still burning underneath, it will consume everything you put in faster than your body can rebuild. Ginger and turmeric water is the fire extinguisher. I think of a retired nurse I worked with, late 70s, who described the skin on her hands as looking like crumpled paper after a decade of chronic joint inflammation. After 3 months of fresh ginger turmeric water every evening, the optimal time, since inflammation tends to peak overnight, her skin was visibly smoother and plumper, and the translucency that had made her self-conscious had genuinely improved. How to prepare it? Simmer a 1-inch slice of fresh ginger root and a 1-inch slice of fresh turmeric root in 2 cups of water for 15 minutes. Don't let it boil hard, that degrades the active compounds. Strain, add a generous pinch of black pepper and a little raw honey, and drink warm every evening. Pair it with your magnesium water in the evening, since magnesium's calming effect on inflammation appears to work even better alongside curcumin. Closing, I want you to walk away from this with more than just a list. You are not too old. I need you to really hear that. I've sat with people in their late 70s and early 80s who walked into our conversation convinced their skin, their energy, their vitality was simply the price of getting older, that this was just what their age meant. And I've watched those same people, months later, stand a little taller, smile a little wider, and tell me they feel like they got years back. Your body, even at 65, even at 80 yards, isn't a structure quietly falling apart. It's a responsive, intelligent system waiting every morning for the right signal: build, repair, renew. What you put in your water isn't a small thing. It's a message to your skin, your joints, your cells. I see you and I'm going to give you what you need. The independence that comes from feeling good in your own body, from recognizing yourself in the mirror, from having the energy to keep up with your grandkids or spend an afternoon in the garden, that isn't a luxury. It's something you're entitled to, and it's well within reach. If this video helped you, subscribe to Dr. Adam and turn on the notification bell so you never miss what's coming next. Every week we share practical, science-informed tips for adults over 60 who want to stay active, strong, and independent. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 6 are you going to try first? Drop your age in the comments and tell us what you're hoping to see change. Your story might be exactly what inspires someone else watching this.